In today's session, we are going to see what is flowchart, why we have to use flowchart, and forward with the symbols that are used in the flowchart, and finally we are going to design a flowchart for a simple example. A flowchart is a graphical or a symbolic representation of a process. Why we have to go for flowchart? As a human being, it's easy for us to understand as a pictures than reading to a complex document. Hope you can agree with me. To mention few examples, we are using smileys in our messages to express our feelings than typing it as a long text. We also share GIF and also stickers. Say when we are driving, we can see lot of symbols across the roads like no entry, U-turn, hairpin bends, one way, men at work, like that. As a viewer, it's easy for us to visualize the logic of a process in graphical manner than reading to a content or a long article. Similarly, in development, to represent the workflow or the process of the project, we use flowcharts. From where you're starting your project, what are the different modules, what are the workflows, and finally where you have ended up with the result. It actually helps to make the communication easy between the programmers and the users. So programmers can make use of the flowchart to understand the solution very easily and also clearly. So while designing the flowchart, each step in the process is depicted by different symbols. Each symbol has its unique meaning and value. Let's see some of the areas where the flowcharts are commonly used. Planning a new project. Engineers and software designers often use flowchart when they start a new project. Managing the workflow. Workflow is nothing but it's a sequence of tasks to be followed to achieve a particular goal. Auditing a process. Flowcharts may be used for diagnosing any malfunctions occurs in your computer system or to troubleshoot it. These uses are common in the fields of software and electronics. Data management. Data flow diagrams are an efficient way for bridging a communication gap between the system developers and users. So the data flow diagram follows the flowchart. Documenting a process. Business often have a lot of internal and external requirement for process documentation. So flowcharts are an excellent tool for all these purposes. Here I am going to show you a few symbols that are used to design the flowchart. So any flowchart should start with the terminal and also should end with the terminal. So you can see this is the terminal symbol. So this is the start word you have to give it within the symbol, which means the flowchart is going to start. So you have to represent start or you can mention as begin. Similarly, if you want to end the flowchart, you can use the same symbol, whereas inside that particular symbol you can mention instead of start you can give it as end or you can give it as exit. So the start represents its start of the flowchart and the end represents it has ended the particular flowchart. So the next symbol is input output. Say if you want to receive any input from the user or if you would like to display something to the user. So here this parallelogram symbol helps to do that particular purpose. So this parallelogram, within this you can receive the input or you can define the input, and similarly you can display the output to the user. The next symbol is the process. So as the symbol tells you, it helps to do some processing within that. If you want to perform any manipulation, say addition, subtraction or modulus, any type of task if you would like to do, any actions you would like to do, you can use this a rectangle symbol which is called as a process. The next is the decision. This is a diamond symbol which helps to change the flow of the complete flowchart. It has the 4 edges, you can see it. So one edge will be used to receive the input. The remaining 3 will help to produce the output which take over to the another process. So one will be the input. So based upon the input, you will be checking for some condition. So within this diamond, you will specify a condition So if the input satisfies the condition, so it can take either of the three paths. So say for an example, you are receiving a number and you want to check whether the given number is greater than 0 or less than 0, or if it's equal to 0, then you can define each in each edge. So input is usually received at the top edge and the output will be using at the remaining edges. It's not necessary you have to use all the three edges. You can mention 2 or 3 if upon the problem statement that we are having. Another symbol is the connector, a small circle. You can see it. From the name suggests, it helps to connect the different sections of the flowchart or the different areas of the flowchart that is being designed in same page or in the different page. So if you want to connect the flowchart, so you can use this connector. You have to use any word within that, any letter you can give it within this connector symbol. So wherever you're connecting the two different sections of the flowchart, you have to use this circle with the same letter you have mentioned. The another very important symbol is the flow lines. So the arrow mark, so which tells you the direction of the flow. So how it has to happen. So this arrow mark helps to connect all the elements. So from where it has to start and where it has to go. The flow of direction is decided by this arrow. So these are the basic symbols you have to know and we'll be frequently using in our design. There are a lot more other than this. We have some more symbols also. So here you can see it's a predefined process symbol. It's similar to the process, but this will be used when we will be having some sub-modules to do or sub-functions to do. In that case, instead of process, we will be using predefined process. And similarly, there is a database symbol where you want to store something. Database is the place where we store some materials or some data or the informations. So if you want to depict that in the flowchart, you can use this container type of symbol, which is for storing some informations or data. Similarly, if you want to perform some logical OR and logical AND, so you can use these kind of symbols where a connector within that you can give cross, which represent logical AND. Similarly, if you give a plus within that circle, it's a logical OR. So there are a lot of symbols like this. So basically, we have to know these symbols to design a flowchart. You can see I have designed a flowchart here to check voting eligibility of a person. So a flowchart should start with a terminal and also should end with a terminal. So I'm started my flowchart, and the next step I have to get input from the user. So for my particular problem, I have to receive age as an input. So for an example, I have given the age as 15. So based on the given age, I should get a message whether am I eligible for vote or am I not. So to check for that particular condition, I'm giving this decision symbol. So here I have to give the condition within that. So I'm giving if age is greater than or equal to 18. So if this condition gets true, I have to take one path, otherwise I have to take the other one. So for my given input, my age is 15, which is not greater than or equal to 18. So I'm taking one path where I have mentioned no. So this is the keyword. This is one you have to mention here. And that leads to another element. There I have to display the message. So in order to give the information or the output to the user, you have to use this parallelogram. Within that, I'm just displaying the message, you are not eligible to vote. And finally, that element leads to the end terminal. Say for another example, instead of 15, I'm giving it as 23. At this condition, here it checks whether my age is greater than or equal to 18. Now it gets true, so it takes this S part. So you have to mention S over here such that this condition, if it gets true, it takes this particular path. And here, whatever the activity should I have to do, I have to give it in that particular path. Here I'm just going to just display the message. So I'm using the parallelogram and I'm displaying the message, you are eligible to the vote. And finally it comes to the end terminal. So you should have noted that finally the flowchart should end at this end terminal. It should not stop or held in between. So this is a simple flow of the flowchart design to check the voting eligibility of a person.